Hey, Mike Brookfield here. How's it going? Welcome to another guided practice session. Today, I thought we'd go right back to Clapton's first album, the first track on his first album, After Midnight. Total classic, J.J. Cale vibe. What am I going to say about it? Yeah, I have covered this a couple of times before. Most recently, I did the Steve Rinwood Clapton live version. I went back looking for the one I'm doing today, which is the studio version. I couldn't find it. Now, back about 10 years ago, a lot of people were giving me expert advice on kind of like, because I was releasing albums, and they said, you don't want all those lessons up. So that might have been a casualty of me deleting old videos, but I did do a video on this in about 2009, 2010 maybe. But I have been uploading videos since 2007, I think. So, what was I going to say? It's a classic. It's one of those where it's got a bit of a fussy riff, but it's a great song to have in your live set. The solo, the way it opens, is just, it's one of those where it's so simple. It's like, you can't play anything else. If you play a solo on this tune, you have to play that part. So total great one. So just going to have a quick swig of my coffee and then we'll get cracking, will we? Okay, gear-wise, I've just got my Strat, I've got a Tube Screamer, I've got a PV Mini Colossal, a little 5-watt, tube amp, which I always use. So, if you've looked at any of these videos on my YouTube channel, unless I'm playing through the Marshall behind me for one particular reason, I do have a little weird setup behind me there because I'm doing an orchestra gig at the weekend. So I can't use an amp, so I bring a little monitor with me, and then I have a Friedman IRD preamp. So I can sound like a ripping Marshall in my own little world. Okay, so let's get into After Midnight, will we? I know you love all of that stuff, though, so nice to drop it in. So he starts with an F chord. I've got a bit of tab here. If you go to Patreon, you can download a free tab. Thanks to everyone who's joined Patreon. Please consider becoming a paid member to, avail of the Friday and the Sunday sessions. I try to give as many free tabs as I can, and build that community over there. It's fun learning about rock and roll. Rock and roll means different things to different people, and if you dip into my channel and you get something from it, then I am very happy. Okay, so he starts with an F chord, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the main crux of it is you've got a C. We've got a C, and he goes up to an F and an E flat. But there's a bit of a riff where it goes. It's that kind of thing, So you can see I've written a bar there that goes round and round. So if I play that a bit faster. And you can see in the top right-hand corner, first time only. A lot of the time, I just don't play that. Though that I kind of go. And I just kind of hang on that. It kind of feels nice. Now, if you listen to the record, there's a constant variation going on. So, but that's what I feel is like the most perceivable type of part. So you can aim for that and mix it up yourself. That's kind of what he does first. And then there's, because this is proper rock and roll, it's not cut and paste modern music, is it? So you got that. So then when the verse kicks in, there's a slight difference because it's like, if you're singing and playing it, it's very hard and fussy to play that part at the same time. So you might go, after midnight, we're gonna let it go. After midnight, we're gonna chew and shout. That's what I would probably do if I was on a gig. I don't want to, make it too hard for myself. But if you're playing backing guitar and somebody else is singing it, you could be going. So you're playing the riff, then you go E flat F, and then you play the riff like we did on the intro. So I hope that makes sense, you know. It can be quite hard to get your head around that bit. But, you know, always remember that the basic chords, you know, E flat F. You know, that makes it nice and simple. If you concentrate on that, playing that and singing it, and then maybe you have another guitar player, you know, it could play in that kind of more funky, you know, that's what Doyle would do, or, you know, Andy Fairweather low behind Clapton, wouldn't it? Okay, so then when you get to the chorus, you've got like, you know, see, we're going to listen to a suspicion, we're going to give an exhibition, we're going to find out what it's all about. So you've got a C, 2 bars of F, 2 bars of G, and I'm just using the same voicing for the whole song. You know, it's the A form, major chord, and it's the A form, that's a C chord, that's an E flat, that's an F, that's a G. You know, they're all the chords that you need. So I'll do that a bit again, so you get the pre-chorus, where you go, is it the chorus or the pre-chorus? You know, well, we're going, sorry, start that again. We're going to give an exhibition, we're going to run that division, we're going to find out what it's all about. And then you're back into, after midnight, I tried to play the riff there, didn't I? But it's, like I said, it's very hard to sing and play that at the same time. And it's kind of like if we just go back to that first page there, it's the directions of his pull-offs. You can see in the first bar, he's going pull off, hammer on, and then a hammer on. So when I first started learning this, it was like, whoa, it's a bit counterintuitive, but then it sounds, that's what gives it its unique kind of character, is that it's familiar, very simple, but there's a little twist in it which makes it interesting. Let's get into the solo, will we? So it's in C minor, so you feel free to rip in C minor, but he's, you know, he's playing that phrase where he goes, bending that second string 11. Make sure you get that vibrato. And then down the pentatonic. And there's a little repeat sign there to say, do it again. Great exercise. That's the next phrase there was going. And then you've got this pull-offs where he does 4. Okay, that's where it gets kind of a little bit, again, fussy and a little bit tricky. But, you know, if I was playing this on a gig, I might allow myself a bit of freedom in the second half of the solo, but definitely play. Maybe play up to there and then do my own thing, but this is nice. Okay, let me go through that bit. So from on the second line where it does the 11 pull off to the 8 4 times, and then you do a hammer pull off hammer on, and then do 2 more. At first when I was writing it out, I was going, is that important enough to drop in? But then actually when I was doing it along with the record, it didn't fit. It's almost like it went out of sync because of that little strange like 11 8 11 in the middle. 2 3 4. So that last bar is very, very buried in the mix because the backing vocals all come in on that last bar. So I wouldn't blame you if you found that hard to hear. So let me just play the last line for you. So you go. That just kind of is taking it from the end of those bends on the 10. So. Okay, and then on the tab you'll see it's like you're going. I haven't played that particularly well, but see, you're back into that kind of section, aren't you? It's not written on the page there, but you're just back into the chords like as it was before. So you go. Back into that kind of stuff. So After Midnight, what a great tune. If you've been neglecting this tune, you've got a little jam session coming up. It's very doable, and like I said, maybe learn it with the basic chords. After midnight, we're gonna let it all we're gonna raise an exhibition. We're gonna give an exhibition. We're gonna find out what it's all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all So that there is the song in its basic form, but then you've got the more, you've got that, and then you've got the solos. Anyway, I'll fire this over to the internet, to the YouTube, and have fun with that. Again, please consider joining Patreon and all that kind of stuff, and keep it burning, guys, and I'll see you on Friday.